Kratos versus Asura. Rage, a word that brings two characters to mind, with one's rage to the gods reaching the eyes of Olympus, and the other being the embodiment of rage itself. Both characters' wrath cannot be stopped and drives them to the point that they'll literally crawl out of hell. So who would win? The mortal who killed God versus the mortal who killed all of them. Who would win? Kratos versus Asura. Asura, the guardian general of wrath that makes the world shake with fear. Being the demigod of wrath, his anger is what gives him strength, with Asura in his first showing being able to fend off Vlitra, which is a being stated to have immeasurable amounts of mantra. However, after this battle, he's framed for killing the emperor, his daughter is kidnapped, and his wife dies in his arms. And now, it's time for revenge. Asura confronts Deus and is inevitably defeated because he's too weak. But it's not over. As his anger rises, so does his strength. Asura wakes up in Naraka, or Hell, and is able to regain his memories from a golden spider and begins climbing out of Hell, which is stated to be infinite in size, breaking through the surface 12,000 years later. Asura's wrath is stronger than ever, and he learns that the 7 deities that he fought alongside have gotten exponentially more powerful. The 7 deities are using the power from his daughter to bring out even more of their strength, but Asura's rage grows even higher. Asura is able to beat down Wyzen, forcing him to use everything, growing to the size of the planet and becoming Gongan Wyzen. Wyzen drops his finger down to earth, because to put an end to Asura, he only needs one. Asura rises to meet this challenge and extends all 6 of his arms to catch it. And once it hits, Asura is able to push it back with consecutive punches and all of his arms shatter. But to put an end to Wyzen, he only needs one. Asura punches one final time with all of his mantra, and this punch was so destructive that it completely obliterates Wyzen from existence, with this punch generating planetary levels of power. Asura takes on even more of the 7 deities, fighting against his master August, who is stated to have a sword that was forged in a star itself, and was able to extend his sword from the moon, piercing through Asura and then the entire planet, with Asura being able to break his sword with one strike and kills his master with no arms left. Asura is once again sent back to hell, but once again, he climbs out. Asura meets a girl that looks like his daughter, and that's when a fleet of ships arrive to kill him, and they nuke the entire village. But when the dust clears, everything is destroyed, and the girl that looked like Mithra died. And that was the final push he needed to awaken a demon. Exploding with pure mantra is Asura's wrath incarnate, Wrath Asura. With this demonic form, he's so strong that he destroyed all the fleets of ships in space and everything around them, with them deciding the only way to kill Asura was to use the Brahmastra, which is a machine that collects and stores mantra, which at this point has gained 12,000 years worth of energy. Its main use is to defeat Vlitra when it arises, however decided that Asura was a threat that they needed to defeat now. Using 2/3 of the energy the Brahmastra has gained, it fires its cannon at Asura, and once again, he rises to match it, with him being able to hold it back, but is inevitably overpowered, but it wasn't enough to kill him. Asura wakes up and takes on his rival Yasha, and their battle concludes with Yasha as the victor. However, Asura at this point has been heavily weakened. Yasha decides to take on Deus directly and gets completely destroyed. And that's when Asura arrives and shows a new level of control as he harnesses his wrath arms. The duo is still getting completely destroyed, but that's when Deus shows Asura his daughter, and Asura snaps, gaining strength that Deus cannot overcome, and finally gets defeated. But it's not over, as the golden spider is revealed to be the creator of the entire universe, and Asura realizes that everything is his fault. Getting sent down to Gaia by Mithra, Yasha infuses the core of the Brahmastra into Asura and gains even more strength, reuniting with his daughter once again, and now it's time to end this. The creator is sitting in the middle of the Milky Way galaxy, absorbing everything around him, and fires a blast of pure mantra at Asura. In order to save the Earth, he harnesses the power from his daughter, and similar to Wizen, he grows to the size of the planet itself and is able to block it with his body. Asura flies through space and dodges multiple light beams from the creator, and with given calculations from the center of the galaxy to Earth in seconds, this would reach billions of times faster than light. Asura punches through planets, stars, asteroids as large as multiple galaxies, and then punches the head and shatters the avatar. Arriving in the creator's dimension, he fights against him, and their fight breaks through multiple dimensions until Asura forces him to use his full strength, resorting to his true form, the creator. In this form, he's able to knock Asura out of his wrath form with just a single finger. However, Asura is not done yet, as his wrath continues to grow out of control, wanting to put an end to all of this and finally rest. In the end, Asura is able to defeat the creator in his base form alone. Overall, Asura would scale to multiversal with infinite speed, but that's when rage takes a new form: vengeance. Kratos, the god of war who was betrayed by the god of war Ares into killing his entire family and is now running rampant through Olympus, bringing death to the entire pantheon of gods. Kratos is able to gain the power of a god by opening Pandora's box and is able to become the first mortal in existence to kill a god. Becoming the new god of war, he rules with an iron fist and is once again betrayed by the gods and stabbed with an immortal killing blade by his own father Zeus. However, just like Asura, death can have him when it earns him, and he climbs out of hell to make a vow that every god in heaven is going to hell. Kratos begins killing every god in Olympus and even beings that existed before it, as he's able to burn a primordial god's son, which are beings that are older than the gods themselves and are the creators of reality itself, with him also killing the primordial god of death who waged war and death before time even existed. And once time was brought into existence, the god that created it was killed by Kratos. Kratos is able to kill the god of the sea, Poseidon, who is strong enough to fight and defeat the titan Atlas, who is stated to hold all of creation on his back, and yet Poseidon is slaughtered and his death drowned the entire earth. Kratos killed the Sisters of Fate, who are actually stated to have infinite speed, and gains the ability to time travel and goes back in time to kill Zeus, proving that fate cannot hold him. Going down to where he's going to send the gods, he kills Hades to make sure that nobody comes back, not even Hades himself. Kratos takes his weapons that can reap souls and kills the sun god Helios, ripping off his head just to blind his opponents. With Helios' light being stated to stretch the entire infinite underworld, and Hermes is able to dodge it, which is even more consistency for Kratos having infinite speed. Kratos kills the god of strength Hercules and even takes on the king of the gods Zeus himself by turning the tables on him and stabs him exactly how Zeus did him. Kratos learns that when he opened Pandora's box, he released evil unto the gods of Olympus, yet he released another: hope. This power of hope is what embodied Kratos and allowed him to get his revenge. Kratos stabs himself with the blade of Olympus and falls over the cliff. Years later, we see that Kratos has gotten older and even stronger, as he was able to fight and kill the god of light Balder, who was cursed to never feel pain at all. Balder was able to knock out the world serpent in 3 punches, with Jormungandr when he was much smaller taking on the god of thunder Thor, and their battle shook all 9 realms and even splintered the world tree, which is a cosmic tree that holds all of infinite creation on its branches and transcends space and time itself. Kratos was able to fight against Thor himself, and the entire time he was holding back, he killed Heimdall, who could see into the future, but he didn't expect this. And even holding back against Odin, who is implied to be even stronger than Thor, because Kratos doesn't want to kill any more gods, because if he's pushed too far, this one will be next. Overall, Kratos would scale to low complex multiversal with infinite to immeasurable speed. So in the battle between the mortal who killed God and the mortal that killed all of them, the winner is Kratos. The reason Kratos wins is because his strength is on a completely different level, with Asura being able to defeat the creator that created everything in the verse, which would include infinite size space-times and dimensions. Kratos is capable of destroying the entire world tree, which transcends space and time, putting him a dimensional level of strength above Asura, with their speed being very arguable as both of them have solid arguments for infinite speed, with Asura being able to climb out of hell, which is endless in a finite amount of time, and Kratos being faster than Hermes that can dodge light that can cover infinity itself. However, Kratos can be argued to be even faster, as he's able to fight and defeat gods who existed before time itself, making their speed immeasurable as it breaks the speed formula itself. However, if Kratos makes Asura angry enough, he might have a little trouble, as Asura gets exponentially more powerful as his rage grows, and could be argued that he can jump dimensionally in strength. But given everything, the power of hope would win, because no matter how angry you get, you're still just a mortal playing God. What's up guys, it's Divine. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. And follow the TikTok and join the Discord server. All the links for those will be in the description. And tell me in the comments, which is your favorite game, Asura's Wrath or the God of War? And tell me in the comments, do you agree with the verdict? Who do you think would win between Kratos and Asura?